Hey guys, it's Chris again. I just wanted to make another video if anyone is still confused about psych. I might be able to help you a little bit, maybe not. But anyway, on this same sheet with all the graduation stuff, if you go down, there's a tab for graduation. Just click on psych next to it. And I've basically just been going through trying to figure stuff out for myself, and maybe, just maybe, I can help you if you're still confused too. So same thing with the timeline, week of, week number. So one thing about the week of, like the week of January 14th, first week, this stuff on that line is not necessarily on January 14th. It's just that week. So just be aware that the dates, these aren't like date specific. It just is telling you what week they're on. Okay, so I have it divided up into theory. So everything here from C to H is theory. And then if we go over here, I to the end is clinical. There's clinical, okay. So let's go theory real quick. All right, out of the syllabus, I got the different topics that were being covered, and then saw that in the modules in the syllabus, it showed the required reading for Townsend, which is like the green psychiatric mental health nursing book. So here are all the chapters that are assigned for each week, and if it looks like a lot, well, what I found was there's 38 chapters, 11, 30, 35, 36, and 38 were not assigned. So basically all of the chapters up until like 29, and then 31, 32, and 37 are assigned. But anyway, so just keep an eye out on that. The exams, continuation, so those, week 7 is a continuation of week 6, as far as I could tell. Week 9 is a continuation of week 8. I didn't see any chapters for week 14, and there was nothing for these two because it's kind of the end of the semester. Okay, as far as I can tell, there are only 2 exams. There's the midterm and the take-home final. So those are there. Quizzes. Seems like there are going to be quizzes. I couldn't find where they were. It seemed like in one of Dr. Schneider's emails, she's just going to let us know if there's a quiz, but then also in the syllabus modules, it says ATI and FA Davis practice quizzes for competence at their websites. So I'm just not really sure about the quizzes. I just put this one here because in Dr. Snyder's email, she said that we'd have a quiz on this week. So there are going to be quizzes, just don't know when. All right. For discussions, I have other discussions and weekly discussions. They're all on Canvas. We already did our intro discussion. There's another one on culture and mental illness. And then we get to all our famous person discussions down here. I'm not sure exactly how that works. I think she was saying that the group that's assigned does the research and presents, and then other people comment and grade. I'm not really sure. I just know that this is when they are due. So I know that I'm in group 5. So I'm doing the famous person on thought. Oh, and just pointing out here, there's 2 discussions here. Famous person, personality, and resume cover letter is due this time as well, this week. Remember, the dates might be different. So famous person is due 3/27, resume cover letter is due 3/26. Famous person, thought, and the role of the RN. So those are 2 different discussions. The rest of them are just one discussion. Then there's the weekly discussions. I don't really know about those either, but they're weekly, so I just put them down here. I think she's going to go over that with us, hopefully. There's probably more to theory, but as far as I can tell, that's kind of it. I think the more confusing part is the clinical schedule. So when I look at, so this is my schedule. So obviously yours is going to be different, but the first 3 days were orientation, and then my schedule went like this. Now, it's really important, I think, for everybody to realize where everything is. And so, for instance, work activities group, that clinical location is at the Sutter Yuba Mental Health. And if you don't know where that is, you can click on here because I put a map to it. It's in Yuba City, right here. So it's in the Yuba College campus is over here. So you go down over here, boom, in the corner of Yuba City. All right, that's where that is. So the work activities group, that's these things keep popping up and making it hard. But the work activities group is in Sutter Mental Health. Now, another thing that people might not realize is clinical conferences. So after inpatient and outpatient activities, we have conference. So the work activities group, that assignment happens at Yuba Sutter Mental Health, and then after that is completed, which it looks like the hours are 8:30 to noon. After that's completed, we go to Yuba College Sutter campus for clinical conference room 106. So everyone will be going to clinical conference room 106 if they have a in or outpatient activity happening on that week 4. Okay, so my next week is Yuba Sutter Wellness and Recovery Program, 8:30 to noon. Where is that going to be? That's the Sutter Yuba Mental Health. Okay, so a lot of stuff that you can tell is Sutter Yuba Mental Health in the beginning of the semester, and then the second half of the semester we go, and that's going to be our Woodland half, or that's what it kind of appears to be to me. So notice that all the rotations in Yuba City, we have our clinical conference at Yuba College Sutter campus, and then when we go to our Woodland rotations, we have our Woodland College clinical conferences. Now, just a couple other things to point out. There is no clinical for week 6 because it's a holiday. Inpatient human simulation. We're all doing human sim at Yuba College campus on week 10. Skip the purple things here and go to inpatient at Woodland, inpatient Woodland. Okay, I think I've covered all that stuff. Now the purple things. This is confusing because I don't think it was specified in the syllabus. She put everybody's meetings, community assessment day, and psychiatric emergency services on people's schedule. However, you do not need to do those things on that week or day. So notice that clinical location is variable. So your meetings are basically wherever you schedule them to be. So that's why the location is variable. The community assessment day depends on the community that you're assessing, so that's variable. The psychiatric emergency service, that is at Sutter Yuba Mental Health. Clinical conference, well, since you're not actually required to do those meetings on those days, you don't really have to go to clinical conference on those days as well, or either. So it's technically a free day. She did say, however, you can call into the conference if you'd like to, though. So if you need to, I don't know, make up some time or something like that, you can call into those. Okay, so basically, if you see meetings, community assessment day, psychiatric emergency services, you can kind of consider those as a week off, but that means that you have to figure out when you're doing that work. So I've put these 3 purples up here on the top of the 3 purples: meetings, community assessment day, and psychiatric emergency services. So this might be news to some people because I think some people left. But she had a sign up going around for the what was it? For the PC hearing. I wrote Woodland Hospital, but it's for the PC hearing. So out of the 4 meetings, you have a 12-step, non-12-step, suicide prevention, and PC hearing. So only a certain amount of people can go to a PC hearing, and the PC hearings are in Woodland. So her recommendation was that you choose a day to sign up when you're already in Woodland. So if you left lecture without signing up, that you're going to want to look into that. I chose this day because it's the first day that I'm going to be in Woodland, so I just wanted to get it crossed off. You might notice too that there's a kind of a overlap. The time is noon. I put a question mark, but it's like noon or 12:10 or something. And then you see like clinical conference. Clinical conference is 12:30 to 1400. So you might think, oh shoot, I'm going to miss the clinical conference. She said that actually if you go to the hearing, it's only like 10 minutes. So you might be only a little bit late to clinical conference, but you can schedule it on the day that you have like inpatient or yellow adult day center or something like that. It's not a big deal. So there you can schedule those. I put these 3 here, just put them on there. I need to schedule them. I don't have them scheduled yet. Okay, the community assessment day. Obviously, you kind of have to figure out what facilities you're going to visit. And I just put on the schedule to visit the Yolo County facilities because I've got Yolo County, so might as well do it while I'm in Yolo County. So I just put that on there. Psychiatric emergency services. Everybody signed up for this already. I think there was like a sign up sheet going around class. I think I signed up for February 19th. Anyway, that's something. So notice that that's not on the calendar until the end. However, I'm basically doing it on week 6. So just a FYI for those 3 things. Also, reflective journal. Basically doing a reflective journal after every clinical experience. I don't have one written down for human sim. I'm not sure. Maybe I'll just put one in there just because I don't know if we need to do one or not. So, and maybe I'll put a question mark after that. Not sure. So can be prepared to do a reflective journal. Okay, now process recordings. You need to do 2 process recordings. There's 4 parts to them. It's the process recording itself, and it needs to have a peer evaluation. There's a self-evaluation part. There's a care plan and a chart entry. So there's 4 parts to a process recording, and you need to do 2 of them. One from Sutter Yuba Mental Health and one from Woodland. So the recommendation was basically just get these done as soon as possible. So my first Sutter Yuba Mental Health day, I've got my process recording there, and my first Woodland day, I've got my process recording there. So just trying to check those off. The other thing, the mental status exam, recommended to do on your first inpatient day. So my first inpatient day, if I go over here, my schedule shows that my first inpatient day at Sutter Yuba Mental Health is week 7, so that's why I have it there. All this other stuff is considered outpatient. Okay, just so you're aware, only where it says inpatient is it inpatient. Okay, so you have the mental status exam, the MSE, and Folstein's mini mental. Both of those to do, and you have to pass them at 75%. If you don't pass them at 75%, you have to do another one when you're in Woodland. So just plan on just doing it, getting it done, and passing it, and then you don't have to worry about another one, as far as I can tell. Okay, I hope that helps somebody. If not, then sorry for wasting your time.